This series is a celebration of architectural design in Australia. From the coast, to the city, to the bush. We showcase some of Australia's best architectural and interiors projects and talk to the country's leading architects and designers to uncover the incredible stories behind them. Welcome to Australia by Design. Australian architecture is world-class, and our ByDesign team of industry experts have selected some of the best design projects from around the country.
Good design to me, it's all about understanding the space, understanding the light, and understanding the materiality.
You want something to feel relaxed, feel right. Get that goosebump feeling, right?
Let's get started with our first project.
The Merchant's such an interesting proposition, an old hotel torn to pieces to make a new contemporary work environment, different, new, small scale, community focused. I thought it was fantastic.
We've all been told never judge a book by its cover. Equally, we should never judge a building by its facade. I'm in downtown Sydney, where a little slice of the city has been converted in a very unusual way.
So Richard, some of these dark, dingy laneways in Sydney have been giving a new breath of life. As you can see now, we've got this fantastic mural on the wall, and that's John Hosking. He was a merchant, very successful, came over from England and became, like every Sydney-sider, obsessed by property. Unfortunately, when his warehouses burnt down, he got into a bit of financial difficulty and he took down the Bank of Australia.
What's that got to do with this design?
Okay, well, he was the big daddy of merchants, and I'm about to show you Merchant, which is a very unusual conversion from what was an apartment hotel into a boutique office space. So, see the canopy? I designed that to look like an Hermes box because everybody loves to receive an Hermes box because there's always something special inside. You know, in this area, all the big corporations have their headquarters, so some very grand Victorian buildings. So I wanted to do sort of a little bit of a microcosm of that in a way. When you arrive at work every day, you walk through this beautiful, warm, exciting European cafe-style space. Pick up your cappuccino from here and your croissant and then go up to your private suite.
You're the creative brains behind this, but who's the actual brains behind the project?
Well, it's a couple actually, Mike and Prue Williams of W Property, and they go around the city, they look for old dilapidated buildings and they turn them into these extraordinary design-driven, beautiful projects.
We bought 49 serviced apartments and we converted it to a luxury hotel meets club meets office type environment.
You know, rather than just knocking things down and building new, we really try to work with the existing building and whatever style that is.
Offices have always catered for large companies. Correct. And we've always specialised in creating communities for small businesses so they have a sense of belonging. We thought we'll put a hotel touch on what is essentially an office building.
And we always attract small business. People that own and run their own businesses who want something that reflects who they are and what they do. So it's a very different approach to office.
So Richard, here we are. This used to be 3 small pokey hotel rooms, which has been opened up to be this terrific office suite. This is what we call the bureau style, which is just like a collab space. And then we have smaller suites, which could be an executive suite for a sole operator. Some of the big companies downsized their office space during COVID, wanted something a little bit more boutique.
To me, it seems like actually blurred the lines between office space and apartments.
Well, you can't actually live here, but you know, we definitely wanted to achieve that people would feel like they were at home while they were at work. It's largely to do with the finishes. You know, we've got the wonderful sort of warm panelling from Polytech, the Candian floor, and then the luxury of natural stone from Cosentino with their sensor range. And all this, of course, has been done by Intermain, and this is a beautiful fit out, so it just exudes quality.
Let's find out what this place is really like if you're a tenant.
Come on in, Rich.
So you guys are in the legal profession. Tell me about this place.
It's fantastic, it's fantastic.
Suites are outstanding, but it's the common areas that is just amazing. There's conference rooms and little breakout rooms and a great cafe. And it's really high quality, like it was a super high quality hotel in London or something like that.
I wanted my own room. I wanted to hang a few paintings I collected over the years. And here I can open the door and wander out in the balcony. It's just fantastic.
Juliet, I noticed there's an amazing collection of artwork.
Yes, I mean, the building may be called Merchant, but it isn't just about commerce, it's about culture as well. So we have original artwork on every floor.
We produced, I think, 14 artworks for the space, and being able to use collage meant that we could have a very different composition and very different artwork in every corridor, but still with the same themes, same look and feel, and communicating the same message. Where we are here in the commercial centre of Sydney, it's not just a trade of commerce and finance, it's a trade of culture. So we really wanted to bring that into the Merchant story.
Have a look at this, an old lift shaft converted into a wine cellar.
Yes, nose to tail, we've used every inch of this building. And you don't normally associate wine with the workplace, but you can just call down to the bar, they'll come down into the cellar, grab you a bottle of wine and send it up with a couple of glasses. Pretty smart.
Let's have a glass now.
Why not? Let's crack one. Merchant really is a new way of balancing your work and your lifestyle.
Yeah, an inner city conversion, combining colour and, of course, coffee.
Or a glass of wine at this time.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
The music room is a lovely project. I think it's quite personal, and I think the architect has really worked sensitively with his client here, and he's really delivered.
The inner city harbour suburb of Glebe in Sydney is architecturally characterised by century-old workmen's cottages and terraces, many of which have had multi-million-dollar makeovers. But if you're about to build your perfect home, what are your must-haves? An in-ground swimming pool, fancy kitchen and bathroom? Well, the house that we're about to visit has features you cannot touch and cannot see, yet they are the perfect fit for a family who have built their forever home.
This heritage conservation area is amazing, but the old buildings are double brick, and the real challenge as we try and upgrade them and make them healthy homes is how do we make them fit for purpose for future climate scenarios.
The house we're about to look at is known as the music room, so it's a very creative client.
Yeah, they live in this heritage conservation area, and it's beautiful in terms of its articulated detailing and its brick, and the real challenge is how do you make it healthy whilst looking the same and then add a modern addition on top.
Well, he had his work cut out.
So welcome to music room.
I'm slowly being seduced by that wonderful tune.
Yeah, well, this is the original part of the dwelling, and you can't see it, but it's been upgraded thermally, it's been upgraded acoustically, and it has a healthy internal environment.
So it's an old single hallway with some rooms off which you've tweaked.
Yeah, so it's pretty cellular at the front, and then you walk into the music room.
It's like Alice in Wonderland, a slow reveal.
This is Samuel and Sally.
Well, I can see what's called the music room. This is a very special space.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of things we needed to accomplish out of this room. We needed it to play for music. The Triple glazing makes it really quiet, so there's no need to put acoustic treatment in.
Well, you can't see some of these features. I mean, the acoustics are fantastic, but it had to be a healthy house as well.
Yeah, totally. I'd had pneumonia a couple of times, so I wanted to keep the lungs really clear. The HRV system, which puts all the beautiful air into the house, is tidied away in a cupboard in the laundry, so it's really, really low visual impact, but really great impact for all the health benefits.
But I believe there is a stunning addition as well.
Yeah, just this way.
This way?
Let's go.
Okay. Did I just walk through the old front door?
You did.
This is like the Mad Hatter being invited to Alice's tea party.
Come and have some tea.
Where are we, mate? This is the new addition.
Yeah, so this is the new addition, all made out of cross-laminated timber. It's all exposed structure and also adding to the thermal envelope of the building. And this is one big multi-use space where we've taken Sally's amazing furniture pieces and old family relics and embraced those to create space that's filled with light, filled with air. It's made in a factory down in Albury-Wodonga by Xlam, and they cut it up into the pieces, so we computer model it and make sure there's lots of planning to make sure it goes in exactly how it's meant to go in. It comes up on the truck, gets installed in a couple of days, and you have a completed building like that.
Right. Just tell me again how important it was to team up with an architect who had healthy house sensibilities.
Yeah, it was. My dad was a builder and he was a carpenter, and he actually died of mesothelioma from exposure to asbestos through being in the building trade.
So the daughter of a carpenter
Correct.
wanted a healthy house.
Daughter of a carpenter wanted a healthy and happy house.
What are some of the other key features here that contribute to this healthy home?
Well, you've got the high performance glazing. So this is triple glazing from AGG. You've got really high performance UVPC windows from Kinzel. So these are lift and slide windows that seal really well. When the external conditions are not pleasant, you can close it up and be comfortable and be healthy. So Pete, what do you think of this wall?
Wow, it's kind of cool, isn't it? Like just layered up some timber.
Well, the clients were super generous to allow me to do it, but it's a 14-metre wide by 2-storey artwork where we've put these stains over the top of the exposed cross-laminated timber. So all these lines are an abstraction of the Fibonacci series, so it's a mathematical representation of nature. It's calming and relaxing.
Okay, what have you done here?
Well, this is the lungs of the house. We've got skylights that you can vent the hot air out via the stack effect. And there's also these copper throats in the insulation zone. So they bounce light around different times of the day, different seasons. So the house is ethereal. It's constantly changing.
Can I, obviously,
definitely.
Yeah.
You can lay down on it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've got a hammock at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the sky. Huh? You are full of crazy ideas, mate, but this is kind of cool. So what else have we got up on this level?
Up here, there's 4 bedrooms, but it has a bathroom that has quite a unique arrangement.
Okay.
1,
2, 3,
4.
Why would you create a bathroom with 4 doors?
In Australia, we have such big houses where so many bedrooms, so many bathrooms, and the idea was how can we create a bathroom for many using less resources?
This is a subtle, sustainable, healthy, creative home. And for this family, that's music to their ears.
The Foster Surf Lifesaving Club. What a brilliant community project. The ability for the architect to use such durable products in these harsh conditions and create such a sculpture out of this project is amazing.
Swimming, surfing, surf lifesaving, it's a religion for many Australians. An early morning saltwater dip, almost like a spiritual ritual. By that definition, our surf clubs are coastal cathedrals occupying sensitive, exposed, spectacular sites. I'm in Foster, 4 hours drive north of Sydney, where a little coastal community have raised some serious bucks to build a brand new clubhouse ready for anything Mother Nature can throw. So I'm with the turtles that just got out of the water, and Russell, you're the leader of this mad group. Do you appreciate the architecture and the design? What do you think?
God, yeah, no, it's fantastic. If you get upstairs there and look out here, you're in heaven.
Well, architect John Webber, I love a story that pushed us in the water from the get-go.
Oh, mate, absolutely fantastic spot up here in Foster.
Tell me about some of the choices that you have to make, because every material choice has to be weighed against Mother Nature.
Everyone's seen what an East Coast low can do, what a recent tropical cyclone can do on the Gold Coast. There's nothing stopping that sort of thing happening here. There is a long-term plan to build a seawall in front of the club. We understand what sea level rise is going to do, and we have to see that in the future.
In here, you see the green of the ocean, green of the Banksias. The colour selection there?
We are in an Australian environment, so trying to maintain that colour selection to blend into the landscape. If you look at Pilot Hill, we're not above Pilot Hill, we're below that horizon line. We're not trying to compete, we're just part of the landscape.
You must love these type of projects.
If you can get a few more.
Let's work for one.
So Pete, mate, this is John, he's the president of the surf club.
G'day Peter.
Hello, mate.
Welcome to Foster, mate.
Him and his team are the bulldozers that got this project off the ground.
Look at the weight behind me, Peter. I can move mountains without any worries.
And let me tell you, witnessing how these got the money was an absolute lesson in determination.
You're not leaving Foster until I give you the full rundown on how we raised the money for this wonderful surf club, mate.
To what we've got here, which is a brand new club over 2 levels. And you can't stop John talking about what's next.
Well, John, from here, it's a dramatic looking building.
It didn't start like that. It was an extension to the existing ground floor level of the club, and it developed probably 3 or 4 times.
An ever-changing brief.
Yeah, a dream client. To fit all of the requirements that the guys wanted from not only their club point of view, but also the community point of view, the building did get bigger and bigger, and it was a challenge to keep the scale to a level that we thought fit well between the environment of the ocean, the beach, Pilot Hill, and that vernacular.
Have a look at it. It's not moving, this building.
No, I mean, the durability is paramount. The precast concrete was an important one. Fine form precast worked on the detail. The wall cladding and the roof is a Lysart Permalite product. It's called an end-seam profile, so it's one of the various arrays that they supply, and we use quite a lot of their products. It's all things that have got to be maintainable in this environment and be able to withstand those really harsh storm events.
So this is a southern elevation, and this is how you try to break up the building into jigsaw puzzle pieces.
Exactly right. So I actually grew up on site with my father, who was a bricklayer. I was brought up putting bricks together. Again, a jigsaw puzzle of putting things together and looking at them and doing it again. Part of the inspiration really was these sea walls. We're in such a harsh environment, and these promenades are a really traditional part of the Australian vernacular, and it really was an inspiration for the base of the design of the surf club.
This concrete is what you're echoing in the bottom of your building.
Oh, absolutely. It's a reflection of standing that test of time, and it's a material that hasn't changed.
Tell me about the form of the building, because it's a big building, but you had to balance the sensitivity of the site with the local vernacular, which is the holiday apartments.
Whether you like them or not, we've got to relate to them in some fashion. This is a holiday town.
Look, I think if you're designing a house or a surf club for 400 people, it's the outdoor space which is just as important as what you're designing inside.
Oh, absolutely. And Australian culture is about being outside, but it's also so important to set back and allow community space between the building and the promenade as a gathering space.
Yeah. Well, here we are on the parapet of the castle.
Yep.
And there's another variation of outdoor space.
Absolutely. We don't design buildings to be looked at, but to be used.
This lovely young bloke, Ron Hartley, he's chairman of the building committee for Foster Surf Lifesaving Club.
He's one of the bulldogs involved in getting this thing moving. What was the big challenge here?
Well, the big challenge was a small community. We don't generate much interest in the higher levels of government.
Yeah.
So we started fundraising, and they could see things developing. We got a $350,000 grant from Surf Lifesaving. We then got $1 million through the state government. We then got a further $2 million, and we were able to benefit from that.
Pete, we had a bit of fun designing the change rooms in the surf club. DuraCube is the main partitioning system that we've used in the change rooms, and the toilets. I mean, it's been a great system to use.
So this is the female little graphic?
That's right, they've got their club cap on, which is quite unique.
We've got the sandy colour for the females and the green Banksia for the males. Here we go.
Yeah, Pete, this is the main signature space.
So this is where the ocean meets the sea.
This is how it happens, mate. The connection between the building and the ocean, this is why people come here.
And John, some of the materials that you've used to offset what Mother Nature may wish to throw.
This is the millboard product. It's got concealed screw fixings. It's a product that we will continue to use again and again. The Alspec system by FC Glass and Aluminium, it works fantastically in these environments.
Boys, I love a club with their own merchandise.
Absolutely, Pete. I'm glad that we could share a beer together at the end of the day.
Well, it's the end of the patrolling day here at Foster, and it's time for these flags to go away in the brand new clubhouse, which is the result of creativity and collective collaboration led by a couple of old salts and their courageous community.
Ripple's a good example of things that we all tend to suffer with when we're trying to build a new house in established suburbs. How do we take modern architecture into the future? And I think Ripple really does that very, very well.
Glen Iris in Melbourne is typical of a lot of Australian suburbs, developed in the pre- and post-war era, and then more recently replaced by houses like this, which, I'm sorry, I think is kind of blah. Aaron!
Mike, how are you?
I'm okay, but am I being too harsh?
No, I think you're being fair. These rules, they lead to the designs being repetitive and the streetscape essentially being uninspiring.
Yeah, I mean, the 1930s, 40s, it was a look, but perhaps we'd drop the ball a little bit in some of these suburbs.
Council want you to match the prevailing neighbourhood characteristics, but what do you do if the existing neighbourhood has poor design? Are we supposed to replicate this for the sake of consistency?
I don't think so. I think you're meant to do something like this.
Yes, well, in this design, we've used curves and angles to create organic, free-flowing architecture. We have the dark vertical fins and the rippled metal cladding that contrast with the light brick base that draws us into the home.
So, Aaron, how did you get a design like this through council?
Well, it was challenging, but we argued that a generous front setback would help the building breathe and have more space. We also have a recessive entryway rather than your standard front porch attached to the front of the home. And we had faced the entry and the facade towards the way that we approach the house rather than your street boundary.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Aaron, this design is not blah.
Notblah.com. I'll put that on my website.
Oh, wow, Aaron. Look at that void.
That's the reaction we wanted, Mike. As people arrive to this home, we want them to feel a sense of openness and light from this double height void.
To get this void, you've spent floor space there. I mean, that could be another bedroom up there.
We have. We thought it was more beneficial for our clients to have light filling the entryway and hitting these curves. The curves change as the light hits them, and they also help guide movement through the home, whether it's upstairs, the ceiling, or further into the house.
And I'm getting a little glimpse there of the garden. That's promising.
This is a beautiful snapshot of something more exciting to come.
Todd, now you're the other half of Atlas Architects, and this is a nice surprise.
This is the living dining kitchen area, which is quite private, because it's curved and angled from the hallway. The brief from Marion and Steve for us is quite simple. It can be summarized in 3 words: functionality, accessibility, and timelessness. For us, timeless means something monumental and can stand the test of time. So therefore, the elements in the interior are designed so that they look like they were sculpted from one piece of material. And you can see that the kitchen and the fireplace, these are the 2 bookends of the space, and they juxtapose each other with curved elements in the bulkhead and the bench top. Richmond Lighting supplies all the light fittings in Ripple House. The decorative pendant light in the entry hallway and the linear pendant light over the kitchen island bench, they are not only a minimalist designer pieces, but they also provide ambience and task lighting to the space. The spotlights are used to illuminate the artwork, and the LED light along the bulkhead and the ceiling, they are recessed and they highlight the curved plasterwork.
Yes, another thing I'm seeing is a nice use of biophilia.
We do allow for greenery to flow right through the space so that we have a constant connection with nature all year round.
Now, another one of those words you mentioned in the brief was accessibility.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we placed the master bedroom ensuite on the ground floor.
Yeah, it's kind of unexpected.
And they're perfectly healthy, by the way.
Good to know.
But they do plan to live here for the next 30 to 40 years. So therefore, the design needs to be future-proofing so they don't ever have to move upstairs. So all the doors in the house are designed for wheelchair accessible, and there is plenty of circulation space around the master ensuite and bedroom. And you know what, Mike? One of Marion's favorite places in this house is the shower. She said that she feels as if she's showering in a cave, and we achieved this look by using large format porcelain tiles from Signorino to make it minimalist and also very easy to clean. And on top of that, the vertical heated towel rail by Roger Sella is the real treat.
Nice touch.
Now Mike, try to open this door.
It's very big, Todd.
It's European design by InFrame, and it's 300 kilogram heavy.
Wow. Now, Aaron, what I'm seeing outside here is very simple materials.
Yes, Mike, we've used really simple materials, but with ambitious design.
Okay, there you go. The light doors, the low maintenance materials, it's all part of that accessible design brief.
Exactly, Mike.
Now, you're going to show us upstairs?
Upstairs, we have 2 bedrooms, a space that their children and grandkids can use, but also a space that could be adapted to have a future in-home carer come and stay.
And I guess too, we're sitting here on a valuable Glen Iris site, so if plans do change and they sell, in the end, it's a 4-bedroom house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Brilliant. I really admire Atlas Architects' work here. Aaron and Ton's site-specific and client-specific response is exactly the kind of thinking we need in Australian suburbs in the war against blah. Which project do you like best? Vote for your favourite in the Cult People's Choice Award. Just by casting your vote and telling us in 15 words or less which is your favourite, you have a chance of winning a prize from the Now Design collection. A beautiful billow chair designed by Adam Goodrum. A stunning set of Nest tables designed by Adam Goodrum. Or a gorgeous Nola lamp designed by Tom Faraday. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to ByDesign.global and cast your vote in the Cult People's Choice Award. Good luck! We hope you've enjoyed our look at some of the finest architectural projects from around Australia. Join us next time for more groundbreaking designs on Australia by Design. For more information on any of the projects featured in this series and to vote in the Cult People's Choice Award, go to ByDesign.global.